Sawasdee good morning and welcome to Newsline. Today is Tuesday, December 17th, 2013. I'm Surapalao Tharanarit. In today's top stories, 45 countries have so far voiced their support for Thailand to seek political solutions through democratic means. And in business news, Chiang Mai province is expecting to reap around 1 billion baht in revenue from tourism during the New Year holiday. Now let's take a look at today's headlines. The 5 new Election Commission members who last week received a royal endorsement took an oath yesterday, pledging to be good government officials. The 5 newly appointed election commissioners yesterday took an oath of loyalty to His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej and pledged to be good civil servants. After the swearing ceremony, the commissioners expressed their readiness to start working as the new general election has been scheduled for February 2nd next year. Speaking on behalf of the Election Commission members, Mr. Supachai Somjarean, one of the 5 commissioners, said the commissioners would do their best to serve the country and the people, while expressing his willingness to talk with the demonstrators if asked. The 5 new EC members are Mr. Somchai Sri Suthiyakon, Mr. Bunsong Noi Sopon, Mr. Prawit Ratanapian, Mr. Supachai Somjarean, and Mr. Thirawat Thirarodwit. The Center for the Administration of Peace and Order, or CAPO, has warned that people who disrupt next week's application for the February 2014 general elections will face legal charges. CAPO spokesman Police Major General Piya Utayo said the center's branches nationwide were put on alert after anti-government protest leaders announced that they would try to prevent the election application taking place next week. Such action is against Section 309 of the Criminal Code, and violators will be subject to a jail term and/or a fine. They will also risk facing more punishments if their actions are deemed to be against the election laws. Meanwhile, Deputy Spokesman for CAPO, Police Major General Anusha Romayanan, has confirmed that police are maintaining peace and order as usual, while all sectors are trying to find solutions to the country's political crisis. Police are also getting ready for the national polls by developing security measures for the events. The government is set to hold another national reform forum in a bid to seek solutions to the current political stalemate. After a successful reform forum on Sunday, Permanent Secretary for the Prime Minister's Office, Thongthong Jantarangsu, will today hold the second round of discussion in order to find a political solution that will help settle the differences in the country. A summary of Sunday's meeting has already been forwarded to Prime Minister and Defense Minister Yingluck Shinawatra, informing her that the majority of the participants voiced their support for the general election, agreeing that it was the best solution under the democratic system. Today's forum will be participated by 7 business organizations, and representatives of the People's Democratic Reform Committee, or PDRC, have also been invited. 45 countries have so far voiced their support for Thailand to seek political solutions through democratic means. According to Foreign Minister Surapong Tawichakchaikul, 9 ASEAN country leaders gathering in Japan during December 13th to 14th expressed their concerns over the prolonged conflict in Thailand and suggested that Thailand solve the problems through democratic means. Mr. Surapong said all ASEAN members had been closely monitoring the situation, and they all believed that stability in the Kingdom of Thailand was essential to the formation of the ASEAN community. So far, 45 countries around the world have called for all parties to the long-drawn political upheaval in Thailand to thrash out their differences in a peaceful manner through talks. Interior Minister Jarupong Rungsuwan has confirmed that although the ministry's head office has been taken siege by anti-government protesters, cooperation with provincial governors nationwide can still go on. After the protesters had occupied the ministry for 16 days, Mr. Charupong stated that the ministry staff could work from other places, and most of its departments had long been moved out of the surrounded premises. The minister reiterated that the office of the Permanent Secretary for Interior could still work with its provincial offices without problems and could provide services to the people on a certain level. However, some proceedings would require important documents which were kept inside the occupied headquarters. According to Mr. Charupong, the protesters have been asked to allow the ministry staff to enter the premises to get the documents, but the request was rejected. The Army Commander-in-Chief is concerned over the southern violence and is keeping a close watch on current developments, says the Internal Security Operations Command, or ISOC. According to Colonel Banpot Poonpian, spokesman for ISOC, Army Chief General Prayut Chan-o-cha is concerned over the ongoing southern unrest. However, due to the political situation in Bangkok, he has been unable to visit the Deep South himself. Nonetheless, Colonel Banpot reported that the Army Chief is still working hard to ensure that all security-related agencies are cooperating with one another to resolve the issue of violence in the three southernmost provinces. Secretary-General of the Chai Patana Foundation, Dr. Sumet Tantiwet Chakun, has urged all to practice good morals and ethics in order to eradicate corruption in the country. The comment came during a seminar entitled Preparing Thailand for the AEC by Instilling Transparency, held at the Convention Hall of Sri Nakarin Wirod University in Bangkok. Dr. Sumet, in his capacity as president of the Foundation for a Clean and Transparent Thailand, told the attendees that he felt deeply saddened when he saw people wearing T-shirts with a message discouraging corruption. He said that it is a sign that corruption in the country is at a critical point where people need to be reminded to steer clear from it. He therefore recommended all to use the sufficiency economy philosophy of His Majesty the King as a guide, while stressing the importance of having good morals and doing good deeds. Aside from giving his speech, the Secretary-General of the Chai Patana Foundation also handed out awards to winners of the research project on transparency organizations. Representatives from Payap University won the first place, while runners-up were those from the National Institute of Development Administration, Sipatum University, Assumption University, and the University of the Thai Chamber of Commerce. And that's all for our first segment. We'll now take a short break. Coming up next, the Transport Ministry will forge ahead with its long-awaited BTS Green Line extension project. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Open the world of information. Embrace public participation. Present Thainess to the world. New dimension of the government's public relations. The 80th anniversary of the Public Relations Department. Creative media for the society. Mobilizing Thailand towards the ASEAN community.
เมื่อมนุษย์ทำลายสมดุลทางธรรมชาติแล้วมนุษย์ก็เป็นผู้ประสบภัยพิบัติจากธรรมชาติร่วมสร้างอนาคตลดภัยพิบัติระดมพลังพลิกฟื้นคืนผืนป่าในทุกชุมชนทั่วประเทศ
For those who have Android smartphones, you can download a PRD News application by searching for PRD News English in Play Store. That way, you can stay up to date with the latest happenings in Thailand.
Now let's take a look at the business news. Despite the dissolution of Parliament, the Transport Ministry will forge ahead with its long-awaited BTS Green Line extension project connecting Mor Chit, Sapan Mai, and Khu Kot. According to Transport Minister Chacha Sithipan, the Green Line extension project will be up for auction despite the House dissolution, because the previous cabinet has already approved the implementation of the project. The 38 billion baht extension line is 18.7 kilometers long, which includes 12 train stations from Mor Chit to Sapan Mai and 4 stations from Sapan Mai to the end of the line at Khu Kot. The minister said the project will commence in 2014, while expecting the construction to take approximately 4 years to complete. The Green Line will be ready for services by 2018. The National Broadcasting and Telecommunications Commission, or NBTC, has announced that the digital TV auction date will not be extended beyond January 11th next year. NBTC Broadcasting Committee Chairman Colonel Nathi Sukonrat revealed that the NBTC will soon announce the official auction date of the 24 digital channels after it officially declared on December 12th that all of the 29 companies applying to compete in the auction are qualified. NBTC regulations require the auction to take place within 30 days after the official announcement of the qualified candidates. The auction will be carried out in one of the 3 proposed methods: a one-day auction, a 2-day auction with 2 categories per day, and separate auctions for the 4 categories, which will start from HD channels, variety channels, news channels, and children's channels. Colonel Nathi added that he believes every option will be ready by the actual auctioning day, as all sides have been well prepared for the event. The 29 companies submitted a total of 41 applications to bid for licenses for the 24 digital channels. Chiang Mai province is expecting to reap around 1 billion baht in revenue from tourism during the New Year holiday. The Tourism Authority of Thailand, or TAT, revealed that hotel reservations in Chiang Mai province for December 28th to 31st have reached 90% of its capacity, and many of the hotels have already been fully booked. Therefore, the TAT forecasts that there would be over 1 billion baht in cash flow circulating in Chiang Mai during the week ending January 2nd. The cabinet has already announced December 30th an additional public holiday to stimulate tourism. The TAT went on to say that many new tourist attractions have been opened in the province following the anticipated high number of both Thai and foreign visitors, which is expected to increase by 10% year-on-year. According to the TAT, most of the foreign visitors coming to Thailand during New Year's are usually from Europe and China. Fish farmers in Chainat province have been urged to stabilize the temperatures of water in their ponds in a bid to protect the fish from cold spells. As Thailand has entered the cold season, fishery authorities feared that the water temperatures on the surface and at the bottom of fish ponds would be different to the point where fish could go into shock and die. Therefore, the authorities are urging fish farmers to check the temperatures of water regularly. The provincial authorities also voiced concerns about fish diseases like Argulidae, also known as fish lice. This type of lice is mostly found in fish covered in scales. Argulidae can cause fish to eat less and have immune system disorders. Indonesian and Thai stocks slipped 1% each to 3-month lows on Monday due to investors' worries over U.S. stimulus tapering, while the Philippines outperformed neighbors after a positive outlook by Moody's. The broader Jakarta index closed 1.2% lower, led by agriculture shares, which dropped almost 3%. Foreign investors sold $28.16 million worth of shares. Shares in Asia's major coal miner Bumi Resources jumped 27.3% after financier Nath Rothschild agreed to back his parent company's plan to split with Indonesia's Bakri family. The Thai benchmark index dropped 1%, making it the worst performer in the region this year. Top energy firm PTT Public Company Limited saw a fall of more than 2% to a more than two-year low. The Philippine index rose 0.8% after Moody's Investor Service said it is maintaining its positive outlook on the country's banking system. Markets in Singapore and Vietnam slid 0.4% and 0.8% respectively, while that of Malaysia was down 0.13%. And before we take another quick break, let's have a look at the exchange rates and commodity prices.
ป๊าเมื่อไหร่เราจะได้ข้าวเยอะๆสำหรับเลี้ยงครอบครัวเราล่ะป๊า
ไม่ต้องกังวลแล้วนะครับอันนี้คือข้าวเมล็ดพันธุ์ดีปลอดสารพิษตามพระราชดำริของพระองค์ท่านเพื่อฟื้นฟูนาล้างและเพิ่มศักยภาพของพื้นที่นาเดิมให้ได้ผลผลิตมากขึ้นนะครับ
เข้าใจเข้าถึงพัฒนา My Idol คนต้นแบบจังหวัดชายแดนภาคใต้โครงการประชาสัมพันธ์สนับสนุนการแก้ไขปัญหาในพื้นที่จังหวัดชายแดนภาคใต้กรมประชาสัมพันธ์
For those who have Android smartphones, you can download a PRD News application by searching for PRD News English in Play Store. That way, you can stay up to date with the latest happenings in Thailand.
Welcome back once again. Ms. Patsalin Riprom, a fourth-year law student from Thammasat University, won the Thai Women Empowerment Fund's Smart Lady Thailand competition. 12 candidates had been selected to enter the Smart Camp and has stayed in the house for a month, during which their behaviors were monitored. Each participant was given responsibility that would determine their characteristics. After the completion of the tenure in the camp, Ms. Patsalin received the most votes in the household and coaching activities. She is awarded a 200,000 baht cash prize and an honorary plaque. The 11 other contenders were each given a cash prize of 100,000 baht. In addition, the Thai Women Empowerment Fund also gave 1 million baht to fund the 12 women in development projects proposed by all of the participants during their time in the camp. Ms. Thanida Tangkirati, meanwhile, received the Popular Vote Award, which was decided by the number of ballots cast from the audience at home. The organizer indicated that the success of the scheme would empower and encourage women to assume the leading roles in the society, as there are powerful forces that drive the nation forward. The government has ordered preventive policies to stop man-made forest fires and to decrease the amount of smog caused from the fires. The Premier has therefore given out preventive policies to resolve the problem of forest fires and smog for the year 2014. Areas that are deemed risk-prone will not be allowed for burning. Moreover, a better understanding of the issue will be promoted among locals, particularly the dangers of burning forests and weeds. Stricter measures will be issued to protect forest sanctuaries, and zoning of farmland will be designated. The Interior Ministry stated that the smog resulting from burning has caused negative impacts to the tourism industry, as December to February is considered the high season for traveling. Therefore, it is imperative, he said, that all agencies work together to resolve this issue. The Meteorological Department has announced its warning of a cold weather system coming into the kingdom. In its latest forecast, the Weather Bureau said the cold westerly trough is moving across the north of Thailand to cover Laos and the northeastern region of Thailand, causing a drop in temperature of around 4 to 7 degrees Celsius. The upper part of the northeastern region could see heavy rain and strong winds in some areas. Residents are advised to prepare for the change in weather. Another high-pressure cell coming from China has spread across Vietnam and Laos and is expected to arrive in Thailand soon. As a result, the northern region should see an 8 to 10 degree drop in temperature until Thursday. 2 more districts in the northern province of Chiang Mai have been declared disaster zones following a significant drop in temperatures. Om Goi and Phang districts of Chiang Mai have been hit by lingering wintry conditions, which affected nearly 60,000 residents. Local authorities have distributed warm clothes and blankets to villagers, while warning that more cold weather could follow. The Meteorological Department reported that temperatures in Thailand's upper parts have recently dropped by 4 to 7 degrees Celsius. Thailand's tallest mountain peak, Doi Intanon, was seen covered in frost on Monday due to plummeting temperatures. The lowest temperatures in the area range from 1 to 3 degrees Celsius. The frost has been spotted for the 3rd time this year. Local and international tourists have been streaming towards the mountain to enjoy the unusual view. The Public Health Ministry has revealed that around 15 to 20% of Thai students are suffering from depression, especially during this time of year when admission tests are near. According to the Department of Mental Health, high school students may be very depressed from preparing themselves for college admission examinations. Students whose parents have high hopes can experience high level of stress, as parents tend to overestimate their children's potential. The department said failing to live up to their parents' expectations could lead to children developing mental disorders like depression and anxiety. And if the children have to go through the feeling of disappointment repeatedly, their lives could be affected when they become adults. At present, around 15 to 20% of students in Thailand are depressed, and the number will likely rise by 3% annually. The Mental Health Department has therefore urged parents to be open-minded and listen more to their children, as some of them may be afraid to talk to their parents about certain issues, adding that all parents should be encouraging and act as counselors, not dictators. And that's it for today's edition of Newsline. For any comments or suggestions, please feel free to email us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. And now we're going to say goodbye with a blanket of maple leaves on the forest floor in Pu Hin Rongkla National Park of Pisanulok Province. I'm Surapan Lau Taranarit. Have a wonderful day. สวัสดีครับ